Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be responding to a post from a person who is anxious about a new opportunity, but it's also a potential conflict with their plans to go back to school and spouse's imminent military deployment. She's wondering which direction she should go, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. She says, I was recently fired from a toxic job because of the people. I was relieved when I was fired, but worried about money. I currently am also a full-time student pursuing my bachelor's in human services. I have tons of customer service experience alongside the experience of being a correctional deputy and also in food service as a deli worker and line cook. I was offered another job as a host, which I have never held a position of a host in a fine dining restaurant. However, I am extremely anxious about the job, not happy with the hours I would be working, but need the money. My husband, who is in the military, is saying that I could stay home and just go to school, but I know that would put a huge financial burden on him. He is deploying also in the next 2 months, and I would want to spend as much time with him as I can before he leaves again. I am torn with taking this job to most likely become sad due to the opposite in our work schedules. Once he leaves, I guess it would be okay, but that also becomes hard for me with the dogs and school. I am unsure what to do. I do not want to place the entire financial burden on my husband, but I also do not want to be unhappy. It also makes me feel like a loser not holding a job, but I know many people who just go to school and take some time for themselves. So I read your post, and I think after just going over a couple times, I think you kind of already know the answer and you're just looking for some reassurance. So let me break it down like this, and I'm going to take money out of the equation for a second. Let me ask you this. If you had the opportunity to take on a side project to boost your ego, or spend quality time with someone you absolutely adore because you don't really have a lot of time together, which would you pick? My guess is you would pick spending quality time with the person you absolutely adore. Now, in this situation, it would be different if your husband wanted or needed you to work, but it sounds like he's fully supportive of you just focusing on school. Now, you may think you're putting a financial burden on him, but what burden would you be putting on him by not spending time with him before he leaves? Family is really important for everyone, but it's especially important for a young couple. You can always get a job sometime. You can always make money. But what you aren't going to always be able to do is you're not going to always be able to enjoy each other's company when you want. If he comes home, would he rather have a few extra dollars or a nice relaxing evening with his wife? I think most men would prefer the latter. This is a sort of fallacy of a lot of people's thinking today, is that both people are always going to pull their weight equally in a relationship, and that's just not true. It sounds like your husband knows what he signed up for and is fully willing and able to support you, so I think you need to respect that decision and be there for him while he's around. At some point when he comes back from deployment, he may need to readjust and need some time off, and then you can be the one to pick him up. Work is just work. Don't put too much stock in any job to where you're sacrificing your time from someone you care about, especially if you're not in a desperate situation. It sounds like your ego is the only thing that might suffer here. Who is going to call you a loser if you support your husband and take some time for yourself while going to school? Like, who? First off, do you even really care if someone calls you that? Is it even going to really affect you? And second, how are you a loser for working on your marriage and going to school? That doesn't even make sense. Another thing is, I noticed in your post is you said, I guess it will work with school and the dogs. Come on, really? Like, that's what you're going to go with? I can't take this job because it'll be hard on the dogs. To me, that's just like a cover for the fact that you're scared of this job and are looking for a reason to back out. You in essence just use the dog ate my homework line. As I said before, I think you know the answer to what you need to do and want to do. Besides, if you're super nervous about the job, just ask what type of training they have, what the work is like. Tell them what your situation is and see if you can start the job at a later time, like after your husband deploys. It can't hurt to ask. Also, if you worked in corrections and as a line cook, I think you can handle knowing the points of service and how to sit people at a table. You're really underestimating yourself. As for hours, that just goes with the territory of that type of position. A hostess working from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. lunchtime isn't really going to make any money. But even if you were working during the day, you'd still need to make arrangements for the dogs and then again while you're at school. So again, I think you're just kind of looking for reasons to bail for whatever that reason is. I don't know, but you're looking for one. Either way, I just don't know if it's because you think you can't do the job or you're just not really wanting to do the job anyway right now. But I hope this helps. I think you really need to talk to your husband again, but consider what you'd be getting in return by not working and having and your husband having you around. What kind of peace of mind is that going to give him? I guarantee if you take the job and you hate it, when your husband deploys, you're going to be kicking yourself for not spending time with him. But yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up and just kind of end the video there. But if you did like this video, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. And again, feel free to reach out if you'd like to chat more. I'm definitely willing to lend a listening ear. And we can go from there. Otherwise, good luck to you. Take care, and we will talk soon.